time, Speak Easy from Eddie Hernandez.
You know I gotta slow up, gotta shake this high. Gotta take a minute just to ease my mind. 'Cause if I don't walk, then I get caught out. And I'll be falling all the way down. Turn my head and shut my eyes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wrestling World Cup and the final bout of the first round of matches. It has been an unforgettable last week or 10 days. No, I guess it is a week. It feels like it's been about a year from the incredible rise of Australia, the incredible collapse of American Samoa, the McIntyre-Danielson main event. It has been unbelievable. And we wrap the whole first round up tonight with China and Japan. But that's just the beginning of what we're going to see this week. To start off with here, Lars Nightfall, the new Raw champion as of new season, new challenge. He demolished Takahashi, who was also here in Orlando preparing for a match later on. Nightfall took the Raw championship as quickly as Takahashi had won it. And now this terrifying specter of a man representing Japan will stride to the ring to face Lee Carr. It's interesting about Lars Nightfall. He is a naturalized Japanese citizen, if you can believe that. And his first exposure to the sport of professional wrestling came in Japan, where he actually fought a man that you all know pretty well by the name of Braddock. When Braddock was there, he challenged, it was old school. Brady went Carney style, challenged anyone in the audience to step up and have a match. Well, Lars Nightfall, fueled by nothing more than just straight up hatred and anger, got up and battled Braddock to a 30-minute draw, which then enticed Braddock to invite Nightfall to his training academy. And that is what created the man you see today, the Raw champion, and the man who could capture as many as 5 points for Japan. Here we go, Lee Carr representing China, absolutely blistered by Lars Nightfall. Could this match be over? No, Carr, the captain of Team China. Oh my God. It's very interesting. So, Yun-Son Park would be the obvious choice for captain. He is actually injured here. He'll be making his season debut next week on Evolution. So breaking news here in the Wrestling World Cup. We will see Yun-Son Park next week, and hopefully he will be able to explain at that time why it is that he is not the captain of Team China right now. It's an incredibly interesting story for Yun-Son Park that I hope we get the opportunity to delve into. But Lee Carr is the captain and leading maybe the most underrated team in the Wrestling World Cup. They were 8th on Wade Barrett's Bad News 8. We'll see if he decides to change that. We'll be getting a new Bad News 8 coming up on Evolution right after this Wrestling World Cup bout is over. So make sure you keep it locked here on GAW. And go check out Evolution. Lars Nightfall is absolutely destroying Lee Carr right now. And this is exactly what we've come to expect from the new Raw champion, Carr. He is the ultimate Cinderella. If there's anyone that can fight out of a situation like this, it is Lee Carr. But this could be a problem. Oh my God. Carr just can't get anything. Carr able to roll to his feet, going in for the takedown attempt. And he's again caught straight right by Nightfall. Oh God. This is brutal. An absolute destruction of Lee Carr at the hands of the new Raw champion. Nightfall! Good God almighty, wait a minute! The naked prelude, I thought it was over. I thought Lee Carr was out of it. He is not. Nightfall with the Hell Sprite. Okay, maybe that'll do it. Lars Nightfall just destroyed Lee Carr in this opening tilt. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Nightfall misses the 2-minute mark, but only barely. That was as close to a sub 2-minute victory as we've ever seen to try to get that extra point. Lars Nightfall picks up 3 for Team Japan in a white-hot start. Japan, a lot of people believe were favorites coming into this, and Lars Nightfall showing us all exactly why. Mr. Takahashi, can I trouble you for a word? No, I am not here to chastise you, quite the opposite. I could not be more sympathetic to the position you have been put in here, and I truly mean that. You have to watch as your conqueror continues on with your Raw Championship, and at the same time, you have to prepare to face one of the greatest wrestlers in the history of our sport, and all the while, I know it is sitting in the back of your mind, my pitch to you from a couple weeks ago. It is not time to think of a sales pitch, you may say to yourself, but respectfully, Mr. Takahashi, I believe that this is the perfect time to think of an offer of friendship and trust, like the one I offer you. Tonight, you will be out there alone against Kazuchika Okada, and while you are more than capable of doing the job, as we all know quite well, on Evolution, things will be different. You have already seen this. But whether it's help dealing with your enemies or support chasing your goals, my empire can help you. Takahashi, will you be my personal guest next week on Evolution? My chosen tag team will have a shot at the tag team championships because of my influence. So join me during that match, and I promise that you will not regret the time spent. And a sincere good luck tonight, my friend.
Shall we dance? Shall we dance tonight together? Toki wa michite kita. Shall we dance tonight together? Shawari no gomen wo agete yuko.
It's good vibes only here at the Eagle's Nest. Team China undoubtedly needs to just watch Lee Carr get absolutely destroyed by Lars Nightfall, but that is not putting a damper on their spirits at all. That's Jason Lee. Coming out with him is Boa, representative of Team China. Very interesting to see Boa acting like this. Is not something we're used to seeing from him, but apparently Jason Lee has gotten to him. Jason Lee, part of the ever-popular Natural Vibes stable over at Dragon Gate. Jason Lee is one of the most popular men in the promotion. He's also one of the most talented, so don't overlook that part. And this is maybe the most compelling tag team match that we've seen so far this World Cup. Yes, folks, Team Japan, Captain Katsuyori Shibata, and new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion SANADA. Can you think of a more deadly duo than this? And when you're going to trust two men with 5 points on the line, it's got to be these two, SANADA and Shibata, Team Japan. And and it's a business-like mentality. A much different vibe, if you will, than what we just saw from Team China. That doesn't make them better. I want to be very clear about that. But it certainly means that we have a clash of styles and a clash of personalities here. The Eagle's Nest plays host to, as I say, one of the most intriguing tag team matches, probably the most intriguing that we've seen in Shibata. Will start things off for Team Japan. The man who many thought his wrestling career was done just a few years ago, and now here he is captaining Team Japan, and a penalty kick attempt goes wanting early. Jason Lee using his quickness. And again, just a difference in personality here. Shibata's kick caught by Lee. And as I say, you can get distracted by all the dancing from Jason Lee and all that, but don't forget, this man is exceedingly talented. Now here comes Boa, but he's taken down by a massive lariat by Shibata. Boa, a Muay Thai practitioner and one of the greats as well. Now here comes SANADA into the match. Won the World Heavyweight Championship from his now teammate, Kazuchika Okada, back at Wrestling Dontaku in February. Okada will be up next in the main event, and you heard Mr. Sinister, who is here in Orlando, make a reference to it as well. Okada will be fighting Takahashi in the main event, and if you are Captain Lee Carr, just think about the confidence that he has in Takahashi to put him up against Okada in that match. That is a vote of extreme confidence for Team China. Tag in, here comes Jason Lee. Back into the match, Lee over the top of the neck breaker, and a kick from behind by Boa. Quick cover attempt here from Lee. Shibata is there to break things up. And as far as the tag team matches so far in this tournament goes, ZSJ and Ospreay won their tag team match against the United States. The UK ended up losing that bout. Then Canada versus Australia. It was the mighty D'O'Neill who defeated Edge and Christian upon their return and won that bout for Australia in dramatic fashion as they picked up the 5 points. The half and half again from Lee. And then, of course, in American Samoa versus Mexico, it was the Lucha Brothers defeating the Usos, and that helped them secure 8 points in a win for Mexico. Kick from Shibata, and again, Jason Lee blocks it on his way through. So far, the tag team matchups have been just as important as we figured they would be. And Lee and Boa need to come up with a result here, or Japan is going to win this bout, and it will become just a matter of how many points they will do it by. Shibata, by the way, with the Kawada kicks, and I can't believe that didn't knock Jason Lee out on the spot. Lee out of the ring, rolls back in, turns around, and Shibata is there. I don't think Lee was expecting Shibata to go even up to the middle rope. He so rarely does. But Shibata gets himself some room. Tag in, here comes SANADA. Up onto the shoulders, SANADA from the top of the massive lariat. He knocked Jason Lee clear across the ring, and Boa is the legal man in. Here comes Boa, unleashes a gigantic knee to the gut of SANADA. My goodness. That one backfired on the World Heavyweight Champion. He went all the way across, and now Boa's got the claw. Boa's got a claw right around the temple, and Shibata knows how dangerous that claw can be. Clubs Boa in the back of the head, and now SANADA rolls away towards the apron. Boa will go after him. Right hand caught, SANADA answers. The champion springboards up into the missile drop kick. You talk about the transformation that SANADA has made across his career to go from veritable afterthought to IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. It's unbelievable. SANADA into the corner, tag in, here comes Shibata again. Jason Lee has returned to the apron as well. Boa will stay in. Shibata hits a tag, dodged by Boa into the Northern Lights suplex. Now Boa will take the tag in, and here comes Jason Lee. What a fight put up here by Team China. And again, Jason Lee dodging the attack of Shibata, but he's caught up onto the shoulders, rolls off of it, and Shibata could have been looking for any number of things, but there, a snap German suplex from Jason Lee. Shibata is a madman. He just got right back up. Lee with the takedown. Shibata up to his feet. Lee will take the tag out to Boa. Lee is very clearly hurting from the early offensive onslaught by Shibata. But now this is the sort of matchup that everyone wanted to see. The Muay Thai practitioner in Boa, the father of strong style in Shibata. But Boa's gonna take a tag out again, and here comes Jason Lee again. He's caught. What a drop kick by Shibata. Frequent tags seem to be the name of the game here for Team China. And now Jason Lee could be in a bad position again. Up top goes SANADA, and once again, SANADA will absolutely lay him out with that lariat, and now Jason Lee could be in some trouble here as SANADA has the hammerlock. Lee able to fire back, and a beautiful enziguri from Jason Lee into the cover. Lee for the upset. Shibata is there once again. The longest tenured veteran in this match. And he's making great use of it. Flatliner now. Jason Lee to the top. Lee with a corkscrew moonsault. Jason Lee another cover. And again, Katsuyori Shibata is there. And that could have been a serious problem for Team Japan. But now SANADA. SANADA with the cover. Wow, that was quick, but Boa was there to play defense. Now Shibata sends Boa out, and it leaves SANADA and Jason Lee alone in the ring. SANADA just swinging him around head first. Absolutely nasty. SANADA turns him around, and now I think it's a 2-on-1 situation here as SANADA transitions him up under the shoulders. It is absolutely unbelievable. One of the best there is, and Lee has been isolated, and he's in trouble. SANADA will take the tag in to Shibata once again, and now Shibata going after the legs. The leg pick attempt countered by Lee, who could have been in some very serious trouble. Now SANADA watches on as Shibata brings Lee all the way across into the corner, slams him in, and the cover from Team Japan, only a 2 count. Wow, Lee again fights off of his back. He's been on the defensive for a lot of this match, but now Boa's return to the apron. Lee going in, and Shibata able to play defense. Now the legendary Shibata with the face breaker off the double underhooks. And this is not where you want to be if you're Jason Lee. Uh-oh, Shibata long run up PK. Good night, Jason Lee, and thankfully for him, Boa was there. Now SANADA's out, and Shibata will take care of Boa. Jason Lee very smartly using that opportunity to get out of the ring as quickly as he can before another cover was incoming from Shibata. Oh my God. Good Lord Almighty, is Shibata laying it all on the line here for Team Japan. And this is exactly what you want out of your captain. Shibata now going after Boa. Right hands Boa, counter with a right himself. He's off. Shibata to the outside, and Boa will engage him again. Boa with the slam on the apron. Opens up space for Team China, but Jason Lee's sent away by Shibata. Oh my God. It's a privilege to watch a master like Shibata at work, but it's also cringe-inducing to watch Shibata do what he does. Now Lee had the back of Shibata who frees himself, and he'll go back into the ring. Jason Lee will take his time in following. And smartly, in my opinion, now back in, and Shibata catches up to him again. 3 right hands, and Shibata with the boot. Opens up space again for SANADA. And the champ enters the fray. Off the big boot. SANADA just stalking Jason Lee, who's been in this match 2/3 of the time for Team China. And he's also taken the brunt of the attacks from Shibata and SANADA. Into the middle of the ring he goes again, just trying to get away from SANADA in any way he can. SANADA with the tiger suplex and the drop kick to Boa. Unbelievably done. And now SANADA, what's he thinking? He's gonna tag in the captain. Here comes Shibata, the captain of Team Japan, with his best opportunity of the day. Up onto the shoulder, Shibata with the go to sleep. The knee, but Boa was there. Oh my God, I can't believe he did it. The match was over. Boa was somehow there. Oh my God, now Boa and SANADA on the outside. It leaves Lee inside with Shibata, and that's a problem. PK! Oh my God! Shibata with the cover! Boa is not in time! Just a split second behind. Oh my God, Katsuyori Shibata doing the work for Team Japan. Multiple PKs to Jason Lee. Unbelievable. Team Japan has clinched this bout. What a tag team match. And now for China, the only question is, can they rescue any points from Team Japan? They're gonna have to work hard to do it. Prime time of the final round 1 bout is next. Takahashi and Okada, and let's send you over to the bull.
Come, it's time for me to sing.
We know what's going down, so I say we do this anyway.
We know one of us is going down, so I say we do this anyway.
Down in the darkness, beneath the light, meet on the hunting grounds. Down in the shadows, become the night. Meet on.
What a visual. Takahashi has returned to his entrance that became so iconic during the Rookie of the Year tournament. And who believed that a rookie, you did not know who Takahashi was at this time last year. No one knew who Takahashi was. Now he's in prime time in the Wrestling World Cup against Kazuchika Okada. That's what the Rookie of the Year tournament has done for these men. Takahashi in particular. What an incredible journey. And now the pressure is on him to try to rescue some kind of points for Team China, who right now are down 8-0. They're out of it. Japan is going to win this bout, but by how much? How many points can Japan get, and can China get any? That's going to be the real question. As it stands, Japan has 8 points to tie Mexico for the lead in Group B. American Samoa in second with 4. China could potentially get 5 if Takahashi wins in under 2 here. probably the most spectacle we've seen from anyone in Team Japan up to this point. And yet still it remains a very workman style demeanor here for Okada. It's been a very sort of lunch pail approach for Team Japan. Pack your lunch and let's get to work. And that's what it's been for Japan, who knew they were in an incredibly tough group. Mexico led by Rey Mysterio, American Samoa, who certainly at the time of the announcement was considered the favorite to win, specifically by Wade Barrett in his Bad News 8. So this, for Japan, they knew how tough this road was going to be, and they have adopted that mentality. They have done extremely well in their first two matches. Let's see if it continues. Takahashi, the hopes of all of China rest on his shoulders right now. Would China be able to recover if Takahashi is not able to get any points from this match? If they're at 0 and Japan is at 11 or maybe 12, maybe even 13, would China be able to catch anyone? Because that would mean that Mexico with 8 points would be in second, and that's what you need to be able to qualify. So China could be in some trouble if Takahashi isn't able to rescue anything here, but so far, it's an incredible performance for the second-year man. I suppose we could still call him a rookie. He's less than a year in, so even though it's technically the second season that he's been around, I guess he's still technically a rookie. Great right-hand shot. Okada caught him coming back in. Now, Okada, look at this. Looking for that money clip. Is Okada, can he get him to the ground? No, he can't. Great job by Takahashi, and he answers with a drop kick. The money clip that Okada has used so effectively over the last few years, but Takahashi has done his scouting extremely well. You can see why Mr. Sinister has literally traveled the country to try to get Takahashi on his side. This is a man that anyone would want in their corner. Or in Sinister's case, representing them, I suppose. Okada, look at this DDT from a rope hung Takahashi, and a cover here from the Rainmaker. Nothing doing. More attacks coming from Okada. What an interesting matchup this is. Okada's gonna fly over the top. You see it so rarely, but I think that just gives you an idea of how much Okada knows he has to do to beat Takahashi here. Now up to his feet, he runs in, but he's caught. The veteran Okada doing the right thing. Now, Okada rolls through and effortlessly has Takahashi up into the neck breaker. This is a veteran performance from Okada, and he will send Takahashi back in. Working at his own pace is the Rainmaker. Can Takahashi deal with the experience gap here? Low drop kick sent Takahashi flipping over. And now, Okada with the legs. Okada into the figure 4. Didn't quite have it locked up. Takahashi did a good job defending it. Now Okada going for the legs again, and this time Takahashi was prepared for it. And we keep saying it. Can anyone tell that what we're looking at right now is a man who spent less than 1 year in this thing? Okada over the stairs, and he's caught with a knee by Takahashi. Tell me that this man is less than a year into his career. Okada, though, got him up into the slam. This looks to me like an even matchup, and I think Lee Carr was absolutely right in putting Takahashi in this position. It was a risk, but it seems like a risk that at least has a chance of paying off. But now Okada to the top, and we know the elbow drop from Okada absolutely beautiful. But Takahashi rolled back to his feet and unleashed an absolute fire hose of a right arm. Okada to his feet. Takahashi takes him down with another big right. And there's a third. Okada to his feet. And his kick caught. Back heel trip from Takahashi. The rookie representing Team China going up against one of the legends of this sport. And talk about rising to the occasion. Takahashi. Double foot stomp. Okada. Picked up again. Takahashi. Again playing more defense. Now going low. Changing lows. Takahashi with the kick. Upward facing. Now the man from China will go up to the top. Okada hit the elbow. Takahashi will hit the Meteora. Okada's down and he rolls away. Beautiful job. Takahashi over the top of the tope. Okada just let him hit the hard ground. And it's masterful, as always, from Kazuchika Okada, the master of timing. And he's gotten himself back in this match. The momentum was with Takahashi, and Okada just shut it all down. Takahashi now in the middle, and Okada will go after the legs. Okada into the crossface, and Takahashi immediately going after the grip. Okada's got the leg trapped as well. And Takahashi just clawing at that S-grip of Okada, and finally does break it. Okada staggered by the elbow, and Takahashi took him down with the roundhouse. Okada walked right into it. Takahashi cover, no! Only a 2, but Takahashi unleashes another cannon. Unbelievable. Okada making his way to his feet. Takahashi with a spinning heel kick. The spinning heel kick. Takahashi covers. Takahashi has just beaten Okada. It's unbelievable. It's one of the greatest performances I've ever seen. It is unreal. Takahashi, the spinning heel kick, just grounded one of the greatest our sport has ever offered. Team China with 3 points. And Takahashi did rescue them. Lee Carr looking like the master. Takahashi in front of 50,000 people here in the bowl basks in the glow of maybe the greatest win of his young career. Unbelievable. Folks, that does it for the first round of matches here in the Wrestling World Cup. We'll be back at you on Wednesday with more World Cup Wednesday, and it's all Group A action. I'll let Wade Barrett tell you more, because right now you can tune in to the newest episode of Evolution, a brand new Bad News 8, and the announcement of our World Cup Wednesday matches. It's absolutely unbelievable, folks, and we are just getting started here in the Wrestling World Cup. We appreciate you.